What's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
How's it going, Zach?
Good. How are you?
I like your microphone.
Thank you. Am I radio host enough for you?
Yes.
Good. This will be fun. Our first massive Zoom meeting.
Yeah, I hope we can hear Austin through his phone speaker. We need to get him on a computer.
Oh, geez.
That's okay. It's so funny. He's very excited to start the books this year.
Good. So am I.
Me
It's gonna be
too.
good.
I agree. I wish we were able to go to the libraries together because that's always my favorite part, but that's okay. It'll still be good.
Yeah.
There's a way to communicate.
hmm
Oh, there he is connecting up.
End of
Austin.
the hour.
Oh, hello, Austin. Nope.
It still says he's connecting to audio.
Don't worry, we're on the phone with him.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What's up, dudes?
Support.
Okay, I think Austin's coming on.
Okay, so just get off the phone, John.
Okay, sounds good.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go, yeah.
Alrighty.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good,
Good.
good.
Everybody, this doesn't seem like everybody.
It's not everybody
It's
yet.
not.
No, not yet.
We'll still have a few minutes.
Let's give him 3 more minutes because it's
Austin's taking
nine.
down.
Do I look like
exactly
a halo?
3 more
Yeah, I'm
minutes.
dark. Why don't you turn on the light, James? Turn
And
on
why
the.
did I kick you in the face?
Yeah.
No, James.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know, I was being interviewed for this book podcast thing, and I said, well, you know, everybody should have sympathy for Catherine because she has to live with a schizophrenic and an FASD autistic kid. And now it's dark. Now it's dark.
Recording, right?
Oh, it's too
Yeah.
dark.
Okay.
And Austin, in reality, you hired this this kid.
Yeah. Anyways, so the guy said, "Really?" Like, I said, "Yeah." You know, like, so you know, although there could be worse things. So how is everybody?
Doing well.
Yeah.
It's 9 a.m. I'm sleepy.
Sleepy? Yes, yes,
Bed.
everybody's sleepy.
I want to go to bed.
You can just sleep, James.
Just woke up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, same.
Well, I just realized you're allowed to be in pajamas. Although if we do a Zoom meeting, well, the MPs that I talked to a few of them. I said, well, they said, well, can we have a meeting? And I said, well, yeah, but it would have to be on Zoom. And they were all very upset. They want photographs. That's what the MP wants. They want photographs with the students. And I said, well, you know, like, we're not going to meet you. Like, and then the craziness of having people in Wainwright working in Calgary, and the people in Calgary working in Edmonton Center, right, Lucas? And Lucas didn't answer.
His audio's not set up. Oh, there
Yeah,
he
his
is.
audio's not
typing
set
up
up.
chats.
Thank you.
Anyways, so Lucas is working in Edmonton, and Gina's working in Calgary, and
Madness.
it's very strange. The world is very strange.
It's madness, what I call it.
So so the thing is that we have 21 positions this summer. We theoretically might get more, and so hopefully we do. And is Paul here?
Right here.
Paul.
Oh.
So, of course, just for you to know, you don't get paid until the government pays us, and that's, under the circumstances.
They've always gotten us it before the end of the month.
Yeah, but it was like an hour before the end of the
Yes,
deadline last year. So
it-
let's we're not I'm not gonna torture myself this year like that. So literally, I mean, you will get paid, but we just have to wait till the government pays us the co-pay, and but they're pretty well. We have one guy, Ray. I literally get all these incoherent emails from Canada Summer Jobs. Like they contradict every single person, and every single email contradicts every single other email from them. And so it's like very chaotic there. And the only person that is consistent is Ray, who's our contact. And so it's pretty nerve-wracking talking to the other ones, and I'm glad we're going to be transitioning to just talking to Ray. And so if you have any issues, I'll give you Ray's email, and you can talk to him if you get worried or panicked or something. So is everybody here? I just see 20.
Just one more person. We got Kelsey joining, and yeah.
And then Robbie's not going to be here.
Right, and Zorag's on the
Okay.
phone, right, Zorag?
Yeah. He's gonna record the meeting, and he's also gonna call you later today, Austin.
Yeah. So Zorag's on the phone. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, he had a flood yesterday. His living standard is substandard. We actually
Awesome.
nearly had a flood ourselves. Somebody broke our water faucet.
No,
Flooded our back.
why?
That happened about a week ago. So
That's so annoying.
yeah, like just total urban chaos. I don't know. You probably all living in the suburbs, so you don't know how crazy it is.
We actually had to put something in my wall.
James's wall was taken apart.
Uh,
So it was just like
you're gonna have to clean your room then, James, to get the wall fixed.
yeah. Well, he had exposed plumbing for a week.
Geez.
So first of all, are there any
Well,
questions?
3 days.
Are there any questions before we start? Anybody have any burning issues? Like you'll get
Burning to
the major thing is you'll get paid. I just don't know when because
That is
of
some
this
burning
Canada
deal.
Summer Jobs. I keep everybody in the loop, as the old people will tell you. Pardon? Did somebody say something?
Yeah,
I had
Alyssa.
a question.
I think Alyssa had a question.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
You have to step out.
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, so in the email when I was reading, it said the full-time position is 35 hours a week, but then in one of the PDFs it was saying 30 hours a week.
Yeah,
So
that was a
30
mistake. I do have to fix that. It is 35 hours a week. I wrote that. I wrote 30 by accident. I'll send you a new one with the
Oh,
with the hours, but it is 35.
Yeah, it's 35 for the full-time and part-time. So hopefully everybody knows which section they're in. And
17.5 for the
we'll be confirming everything, now that we're up and running. And so some of you are part-time, some of you, I heard beeping. Some of you are part-time, some of you are full-time. At least you don't have the usual chaos of trying to go across the city to some obscure library, which is the usual way we work.
Someone's
And-
either bringing something in or out.
But just forget about it. And so it's flex hours. You can do as much as you want. Although, to be honest, is in terms of publications, you should try to take the opportunity, since we have this collective here, to try to publish as much as possible. John and Peter can help you with that, and Zorag too. Zorag's published some, and Riley has. So it's a matter of, and we always encourage people. Like sometimes people get obsessed because of their professors on who's first, and to be honest, I don't think that really matters, as long as it gets published and your name's on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody knocking other people out or being greedy about the first name. That doesn't really matter. And in 5 years, like Gordon Zhao still puts his articles that he published 10 years ago on his resume. And it doesn't really matter whether he was first or second or third. So, and so it's an opportunity, and you might say, well, how does publishing in the Lethbridge Herald or Medicine Hat Times or some obscure academic publication outside of your field? But it really does add something to your resume. And it's something that, to be honest, like, and the other people, like Riley got into graduate school on the last day because he with great flourish, they said, what are you most proud of? And he whipped around to the back of his briefcase and ripped out a book and slammed it on the table and said, I wrote this. And it freaked out the guys, and he got into graduate school. He applied literally on the last hour of the last day, and he got in. I didn't think he'd get in. And so
Austin has no faith in you.
I have faith that graduate schools are, like Gordon couldn't get into UBC, but he got into UCLA and Purdue. Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it helps having something physical. I think just about everybody is here, so if you want to start going through the health and safety protocol.
Okay, the health and safety. So you've all read the three forms: the contact form, the job bank form, and the other one, work safe. Has everybody read that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and because you have to read that, and I have to know you did. So anyways, some of the particular things in terms of health and safety, the first thing is if something happens and you're on the job, like, and you go on WCD today, I'll make a phone call in an hour about that. But if something happens and you break a leg or something, you have to immediately phone me. And also then we have to assess, because it's not like a normal summer where you just go to emergency. So we have to assess whether the injury is bad enough for you to risk going to emergency. And
Unless
then
you break both your arms.
yeah, and so that's something to be aware of. And also, I promised Canada's summer jobs that you'd all be socially isolating, and that's one of the requirements. None of you are allowed to get sick. That's a rule. And I'm not allowed to get sick because I write the checks, so you don't have to worry about that. And I've been self-isolating since March 4th, so for quite some time. And the thing is that we'll have to figure out something in case something happens. But the other thing, so there's the thing is, if you are really injured, make sure to go to emergency or phone 811. Probably the best alternative if you have an injury is to phone 811 and phone 911. And the other thing is mental health, because of the situation, the unique situation, even more than usual. We have to be aware of mental health. That's why I included that link on the email from Riley that I dug up. It's probably the best best self-help, best call-in service. The federal government gave them millions of dollars right after the pandemic started. It's originally the Kids Helpline, but they deal with adults as well. That sounds very strange.
Yeah, it's probably the movie. Great.
I'm always hearing strange things. It's not my imagination. But, anyways,
Sure it is.
so that helpline. There's also provincial helplines. In case you get exposed, there's 811, and
911.
no 811 for exposure. And so in terms of the mental will be more important than you realize because of the isolation and the fact you're working independently, and also because of the stress of what you've all gone through and everybody's gone through. and will likely last in various ways for a undetermined duration. So avail yourself of that, and don't feel that there's any problem. Reach out to me, or reach out to Riley, or reach out to your fellow students. And collectively, I'd like you to try to do Zoom meetings or FaceTime or Facebook video rather than just telephone. Do video, because that can give a link to you, that a little bit of a link, rather than just a telephone call, because telephone calls aren't as emotive as video, and to support your mental health. And I see, and one of the reasons why we got so much funding is I explained to the government how we were going to try to support your mental health. And in light of that, we're going to try this summer something new. We're going to have Zoom meetings. I'm going to try, no guarantees, 2 times a week, almost pretty well guaranteed, once a week, 15 to 20 minute Zoom meetings. And we'll have it on various quick topics, just to, and I want you to socialize and get on to Zoom or FaceTime, whichever video you want to use, it's up to you. And there's so many available. And then link up with everybody and not be socially isolated. So the mental health is important. And obviously, as those of you that read about me, I'm very, I mean, I have an adjunct in psychiatry, even though I'm not a psychiatrist or doctor, medical doctor. The next thing is carpal tunnel syndrome. Everybody wonders why I mentioned carpal tunnel, but as Riley would confirm, and others, Zorag, we've had previous people that have developed it, well, not developed it, but had it beforehand, and that it is something, look up online about carpal tunnel, because it can really cause really big problems, especially for girls. Well, we've had guys that have had it.
Yeah, well, Zach, I don't know if you want to just say a few things about like your experience.
Yeah, no, that is a serious and real issue. I spent the last school year having to cut down a bunch of my time being able to write and read, and I got it. It wasn't just due to like the program. We try not to give you a workload that will make you get it, but due to some complications we had with our group, this is also why you need to be supporting each other and making sure you're keeping in contact. We had to do extra work for some of the people who weren't pulling their end of the weight, and I was working just way too hard, and it did actually put a real strain on me.
But he had an existing situation before, so
yeah,
it affects. It can be. It's a very insidious, because my sister developed it, and there's various you can phone up 811 and ask to talk to a physiotherapist if you're worried about it. It involves tingling in the hands, and that's the start of it. And the graphic designers, as August and Kirsten would say, suffer from it a lot. We've had a lot of graphic designers that use the brace, and the braces are very effective. Do you use a brace, Zach?
Not anymore. My carpal tunnel went away, and it developed into ulnar neuropathy, which is in your elbow. So that's from having your elbow bent from typing and writing too much, or even reading books. So even just as a heads up, like get some equipment that you might need. If you need a book stand to read, and get a standing desk, find a way to set up yourself so you're standing. Those will help with both carpal tunnel and ulnar neuropathy, which all of us are susceptible to.
And also this applies to your schooling. You know, this is something that is lifelong, especially for the girls. And, you know, that that can affect your ability to earn money. Because my sister was unable to earn money. Hers was so bad she can hardly email. So it's something that's very serious, and you need to be aware. The problem is that our world, it's a factor of our environment. But you can go online if you don't want to consult a physiotherapist, and they have many adaptations, many like rests for your wrists, for in front of your computer, different as different things. There's many very useful YouTube videos on it. Did you ever use videos, Zach, for your stuff?
Yeah, I had to go through the best I could. I might even actually collect some PDF photos of like some stretches you can do for your arms that are really good for carpal tunnel and ulnar neuropathy, because they made the main difference. Once you get like a schedule to properly take breaks too, every 20 or 30 minutes, stand up, walk around.
Yeah, even more frequent than that. I advocate taking breaks every 3 to 5 minutes. One key I learned in Antarctica from the people that overwintered is you want to look up and look at the farthest thing from your eye every minute or two and focus on it. And that will actually reduce the number of headaches you get, theoretically. And also every 10 minutes or so, or in fact says every half hour, just depending, get up and walk around the room, and just to move your muscles. Don't, because you just strain. I know you're very enthusiastic, so you want to focus, but you have to break it up, and then you become more efficient if you break that. And that's a skill which you should take into your future with your studies and work. And I don't mean to take off like 10 minutes, but even 30 seconds. Walk around the room, get a glass of water, focus on something. If you can look out the window and focus on a tree across the street, that's good for your focusing your eyes. And apparently the eye focusing helps with eye strain. And eye strain is the other thing, by staring at a computer and staying inside in your basements. Are most of you in basements?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's where they put the university students when they're still with their parents in the basement. Although I don't think Peter and John are in the basement.
No, we're on.
We
the
have
ground
our
floor.
we have our own room.
We have daylight.
They're upper floor boys.
Anyways, so that's the one thing. Also, so eye strain, carpal tunnel. Make sure that you contact me in case of an injury, and also social distancing. Try to avoid, the point is not to meet up with other people. You can do whatever you want in your own time, but to be honest, it's a matter of really probability, whatever the government says. The government's trying to increase the economy, not necessarily what's good for the many might not be good for the one. And and also so that's about health and safety. because of the health and safety for typing, there's not that much, but you can injure yourself, so just be aware of that. And also, don't run across the Yellowhead Highway while you're working with me. That's also something that I would suggest to avoid. And
That was ridiculous.
and that's just generally, just be sensible and stuff, and stay safe stuff. And do you have any questions or anything?
I will be sending out some kind of guidelines and tips today for writing books, and I will be sending that right after the meeting. I guess the first thing is that since we only have a few groups, I decided that I think it would be okay to let you guys take a look at the outlines and decide amongst your group which ones that you want to take on. The caveat here is that the first book you're writing this summer is going to be COVID related. So there is a folder of the COVID related outlines. Check it out. And the other thing is that some students wrote their own outlines and they will get preference for those outlines.
So you'll have to decide amongst each other. So
Yeah.
that'll be the first.
So establish lines of contact with each other. Take a look at the outlines, give them a read. There's some that are more involved. There's some that have more for you to go off, and there's some that have less and are gonna leave more of the approach up to you. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I'll send out those guidelines right away. And then that's really it. You guys get to it. You guys you organize your own groups. You decide your own approach and your own strategy to taking on the project here.
And also, we'll send out my phone number and email. Try not to phone after midnight.
Please, don't.
Yeah, you can if some crisis happens or if it's necessary. You know, I will answer basically the phone, but unless I'm already in a meeting or something or in seeing the doctor or something. So you'll be able to get a hold of me. And then in terms of contacting, in terms of contacting, I'll be, you know, contact me if you have any problems, contact Riley. Basically, the relationships you develop with the other students are much more useful than relationship with me. You know, you learn as a group, and a lot of you are already, some of you are already graduate students, some of you are already published. So and some of you are the graphic designers have already published. And so the graphic designers, August, you can see, and Kirsten, say hi, August. Kirsten's blacked out. And so they're the graphic designers, and they do the final thing, make the books look pretty and do the final edits and stuff. And try to listen to them because they're the ones that make your books look pretty. They're usually the last ones to get to work. They usually get the longest hours, but that's because they're probably the more important ones. And so in terms of work, are there any questions about it? Do you have any questions? You must have some questions.
Does everyone know how to use Google Docs?
Yep.
Everybody?
Everybody knows how to use Google Docs?
If you don't know how to use,
Yes.
We get everybody to work on Google Docs. There's a few reasons for that. One of them is it ensures constant communication. And I mean, when you're writing a book, you refer to other passages. I mean, I don't really see how you could write an intro or conclusion without knowing what else is in it. So, you know, you don't want to be waiting for somebody to upload their stuff. I think you need to be able to see it in real time, especially when you're working remotely. And the other thing is it lets us keep an eye on the progress as well. We need to know things are moving along. We need to know when things aren't moving along so we can help and make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, part of the job descriptions we sent you, which, by the way, you ought to read, do require you to work in Google Docs alone. That includes your note-taking, your researching. That allows all of you to have an idea of what everyone else is doing. We do have a estimated expectation on what you're writing per week. So for the part-time workers, it was between 500 and 750 words a week. Full-timers is about 1,000. Your group supervisor, officer, whatever you want to call them, needs to also have access to that document, because once a week they will be looking at it to make sure that you're keeping up with everything. And that way we know who's meeting the expectations, who's not. If you're a little short on the word count or a little bit higher, that's okay. It's up to your supervisor's discretion on whether or not you're being productive enough. But that allows you to all comment on things. You can open up little chat bubbles. We can keep track of what you're doing. Make sure you add each other on Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever it is, so that you can have constant discussion about what's going on. Books, especially when they're group related, are not isolated projects where you just get to run willy-nilly by yourself. You're all working as a team, as a group. So just keep that line of communication strong, especially since we're all going to be isolated here. It will come in really good handy, especially by the end of it when you're editing and trying to get a coherent voice and image to everything. You'll need that group solidarity.
Yeah, and just and to add on to that, Zach, thanks. So I think like another big thing is just goal setting. So right now we've just between me and Peter, we want to make sure that for articles, collectively we get at least around 70 articles. At the end, it is still a program and we still did get a grant for it. So we need something to show at the end. And I think it's important that we do have some numbers going forward. And also these articles are really something that everyone can still contribute on. So even if you're doing a book, you could definitely just edit something. You could definitely like, the level of contribution doesn't have to be like super high because we do have a full-blown team. So just being open and just making sure that you're communicating regularly, because sometimes there are certain articles and certain books that might require one type of expertise. And if you have it, it would be really great if you could contribute to that. And I think like just a side note, like, did we actually get through introductions?
Well, I have one question, Riley. I see 3 graphic designers, but the funding for the graphic designers beyond 2 is, so is there a problem or?
No, I told Kelsey to, I mean, if she's here now, then she doesn't have to go through health and protocol later when we do get funding.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have more students that will likely come on. No guarantees, Kelsey, sorry. You know, but you know, it's the thing is that like we might have some students coming on next week or the week after. Or dealing with the government is extremely chaotic. Like they're trying their best. The government really is trying their best, and the bureaucrats are, you know, a lot of them are taking a lot of guff and abuse, and I try to be nice to them and stuff because they're doing their best. We've had previous years, we sometimes had problems, but to be honest, I just see all stellar work. So sorry, Kelsey. So, but
Peter and John, how long do we have left?
We have 40 minutes. So we have, or sorry, right now we only have like 10 minutes.
I scheduled it for an extra few more minutes. So I just added on some time. So we can go as much as we want.
Why don't we do introductions?
Okay, let's try and keep it short though.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, you want to start? You're up in the top corner for us.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Mark. I participated in this program last year, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
Right on. I'm Riley. I am in the Masters of Business Administration program at the University of Alberta. My undergrad is in communications, so I'm all about writing clearly and.
I'm Bray. I am currently getting my undergrad in psych and sociology, and will hopefully, when I'm finished that degree, will be transferring to the U of L to get my recreational therapy degree as well. I participated in this group last year, and it's been really helpful just being able to make me a better writer, honestly, in school, and writing essays is easier now, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of the outlines that you guys wrote. I think it'll be lots of fun.
Alicia?
Alicia's got her.
Hi, my name is Alyssa.
Sorry.
Nope, that's okay. Keep going, Alyssa.
Yeah, go ahead, Alyssa.
This is my first year with this program. I'm really excited, and I just finished my degree at MacEwan. I majored in English.
Nice. Zach?
I'm Zach. I am just finishing up my undergrad, double majoring in philosophy and English. This is now my third year with the program. I'm super excited for everything that we're doing this year. All the outlines seem good. All the students seem very eager and very capable. I've published 3 books so far under this program and various articles, most of them outside my field too. So I'm excited to see everybody push themselves and learn some of the skills they didn't know that they have.
Awesome.
You're up next, sir.
All right. So, Sarah?
No, Gina.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Gina. I graduated from MacEwan last year from Bachelor of Communication Studies program, and this is my second year in the program as well. I'm really looking forward to it because I had a really good experience last year. We got 2 books published, my group, and I've written numerous articles since then that have been published. I'm currently living on a farm with my parents, so
Nice.
I'm excited to actually have some work to do. Yeah, nice to meet all of you.
Right on. Peter and John.
All right, there we go. So, hey everyone, my name's John. I'm a master's student in biomedical engineering, and this is my second year with the program. I've mainly been looking at articles, and I've been publishing a lot of space-related articles because that's one of my fields of interest, but also a little bit of mental health and a little bit of just engineering and outside of that field. And Peter is my twin brother.
Oh yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Peter. I'm John's twin brother. I'm doing my master's in pediatrics right now at the University of Alberta. I think this is my third year with the program. I wasn't on in the summer before, so I've been mainly helping out over the. I was part of the SKIP internship for my first year, and then I've just been kind of volunteering with the program after that. So I've had a bit of experience with article writing. I started a book. I haven't completed writing a book, but I'm working on a book right now, and I'm mainly doing article writing as well. So for those of you who are interested with article writing, just get in contact with us, and we'll be there to help. We're also planning to send out some guidelines for articles as well. So keep your eye out for that as well.
Awesome.
Jamila?
Jamila?
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, we can't really hear you, Jamila.
If the mic's not working, you can always type your introduction as well.
That's okay. Type it out. We'll see you. Okay, Jamila, we'll come back to you.
Paul, you're up next there.
Hello, my name is Paul. I'm from Revelstoke, British Columbia. I just moved to Edmonton last fall with my wife and 3 daughters. I'm studying at Newman Theological College, just finishing up the BTH program, and looking forward to some experience this summer writing and hopefully make it a heck of a lot easier to get through all the assignments I got next year because it's a very paper-heavy program.
Awesome. John, you're up next, sir.
All right. My name's Jonathan. This is my first year working with the program. Catherine contacted me, and I knew Austin and Catherine through their work with the cadet corps I was from and I'm currently working with. I'm going into my 4th year of a BA in psychology, and yeah, I'm not 100% certain what to expect of this, but it sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to actually practice writing more since it's been a while since I've actually done any significant.
Awesome.
Alexandria.
So my name's Alexandra, and I graduated from Mount Royal University in Calgary with a degree in sociology, and I'm hoping to do a master's degree in social policy. I don't really have a lot of professional writing experience. The only thing I've done is I've done a report for the Calgary Emergency Management Agency, just on improving vulnerability in communities with disaster preparedness. And yeah, this is my first year in the program, and I'm really looking forward to working with a group of people from different disciplines. And I've never done any book writing, so I think that'll be really cool.
Awesome.
Theron?
I'm Theron. I am currently doing a master's at the U of T. I'm just finishing my first year. This is my first time doing the program. I'm really excited to get going.
Nice.
Sweet. Cool. Kelsey.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm heading into my 4th year of my degree in graphic design at MacEwan. I worked with this program last year, and I think I designed a couple books. I don't remember how many.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to think how many she did.
Great. August, you're up next there.
Hi, I'm August. I'm in my 2nd year of the graphic design program at MacEwan, and this is also my 2nd year in this program. Last year, I also did a number of books as well as illustrated a Gandhi book. So
Nice.
if you want pictures, yeah.
I do. Help me with my pandemic fashion book.
I'm interested.
Cool.
Cool. Lucas, you're up next. If you have a mic, if not, just type a little blurb and.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So my name's Lucas. I just finished my 2nd year of my degree in geomatics engineering at the U of C. This is my 5th year with the program, I think. And I'm looking forward to writing some more stuff this year.
Nice.
Cool. Kirsten, you're up next there.
Is my mic working?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So I'm Kirsten. I'm a graphic designer. I'm going into my last year of design studies at Grant MacEwan. This is my 2nd year working with this program, and I've also illustrated a couple Gandhi books. So yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. And Alicia, you're the last one there.
Well, second one.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alicia, and this is my, I think, 4th year working with this program. So I've done about 4 books with Austin and Catherine, and I work at the University of Alberta Press. So my regular job is also making books, and I also teach English literature at MacEwan University, 1st year. So I teach 102 and 103 classes. So it's nice to participate in this program and keep my own writing skills sharp.
And James is, what do you have to say, James? James is the jester of the bunch.
James, I worked with this Fuzzball last year, so it's going to be very interesting.
Yes, very interesting. And Zorag's on the phone. Can you talk, Zorag?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my name is Zorag, and I've graduated from NAIT. I've taken a degree in accounting. And looking into publishing, and hopefully I can get into part-time schooling in the fall, or it will also help me in finding a job.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And so
Oh, hold on,
No,
hold
we
on,
have
hold on.
Jamela still.
She got her thing working.
No, Jamela, you're still gone, girl. Okay. Austin, tell us about you too.
Well, I never really grew up, and you know, I do this, which most people think is insane. Most of the things I do are insane, but the Governor General gave me the Order of Canada. I'm a fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. For some reason, I was one of the highest voted people, which still surprises me. Year I was in elected. I've been to the Antarctic. That's the reason for the Antarctic Institute. And I've been doing this with students for the last 14 years. And it gives us something to do. You know, I was a frustrated professor. You know, most of you have to pay to do this. And in this case, you get paid to do what you normally pay to do. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually paying you to do this. So, and it's a lot better, I think, than cutting grass.
The government's paying.
Yeah, the government's paying them. It's a lot better and more productive than cutting grass or spraying pesticides on weeds. And hopefully, all I ask is that you excel in your future endeavors. And the quote for today comes from Independence Day. And since in light of everything, and just make sure to contact me if you have any issues, or Riley or any of the other students. But it's what President Pullman says before the attack on the alien mothership. It's we will not go quietly into the night. That's the quote for today. Some of you have already seen me babbling away from Thomas and from the full text of the speech. So, so, you know, you have an opportunity that many students don't have to publish. And come on, James. Like, James is drinking a pop here and burping. And many of you have an opportunity to publish. And to be honest, what really counts, and I'm sure Alicia would confirm this and Riley, is you might think it's all about the money, but really it's about to develop what they talk about in graphic design or portfolio, except your portfolio of writing, to put on something on your resume in addition to marks. Everybody thinks it's about marks, but some of our best students had low marks, and it's not about marks. It's about extra stuff, character and extracurricular, and what you do with your life. Because there's really, you'll discover, ironically, and Riley would confirm this, and the other ones would confirm this, that it's easier to publish than it is to get a B in a course at university. And yet the course, the publication that you have might help you get a job and keep a job. And we still have, I'm always willing, even in 10 years time, when everything's gone, is to write you another letter. And I'm always writing letters for people and being references. Alicia, I was a reference for Alicia's job, and also Riley's graduate program. And getting those letters, trust me, can be very difficult. And so don't underestimate that, and make sure that you keep my number with you in the future, because I had so much difficulty getting letters when I was young that even after Antarctica, that I take that as my duty to pay back to write letters. And good luck, and it's what you put in that will ultimately benefit you. And if you can publish, you know, like last summer we had one student that published 25 articles, and he submitted 35 and published 25, which isn't very bad. And Alicia's published, and Lucas is published, and in the Calgary Herald and Edmonton Journal, Riley published a feature article too. Was it 2 pages, that one Antarctic article?
I don't know, it's 1,500 words.
Yeah, I think it was about think it was about either a page or 2 pages, a page and a half. Anyways, so it's something to put on your resume, and to be honest, it's more than just putting marks or degrees on your resume. It's what you have that's extra. It's extra.
How long? Sorry, Austin. How long do we have, Peter and John?
Sorry, we have 15 more minutes.
Okay, so I've stopped the rah talk. So is there anything else? Any questions or any problems or?
Just a last minute. As soon as this meeting is over, it'll be prudent while you're all just on the computer. Look up your groups, add them on Facebook, get their contact information, and start planning which books you want to do and how you want to schedule your meetings with each other. Get started on a strong foot is probably a really good idea.
And with that, let's.
Oh, and the last thing is make sure to file all your paperwork. That's you don't get you're not hired until you do the paperwork. So and you have the instructions on how to do it. So everybody has to do that today. There's no option. No, it's mandatory. Although some people like Kyra have to wait until they do. Is Kyra still on?
No, she had to. She left a message there.
Oh, she left a message.
But yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. I'll follow up with that email as promised. And yeah, welcome to the Antarctic Institute of Canada.
And good luck and live long and prosper.
Thanks, Austin. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.